Jesus answered them and said, Truly, truly, I say to you, you search for me, not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves and were filled. Do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food which endures unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give you, for him has God the Father sealed. Then they said unto him, What shall we do that we might work the works of God? Jesus answered and said to them, This is the work of God, that you believe on him whom he has sent. Then they said unto him, What sign do you show us then, that we may see and believe? What dost thou work? Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, He gave them bread from heaven to eat. Then Jesus said to them, Truly, truly, I say unto you, Moses did not give you that bread from heaven, but my Father gives you the true bread. For the bread of God is he which comes down and gives life unto the world. Then they said unto him, Lord, forever give us this bread. And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that comes to me shall never hunger. He that believes on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you that you also have seen me and do not believe. All that the Father gives to me shall come to me, and him that comes to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which has sent me, that of all that he has given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which sees the Son and believes on him may have everlasting life. And I will raise him up again the last day. The Jews then murmured at him, because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven. And they said, Is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he says, I came down from heaven? Jesus therefore answered and said to them, Do not murmur among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall all be taught of God. Every man therefore that has heard and learned of the Father comes to me. Not that any man has seen the Father, except he which is of God. He has seen the Father. Truly, truly, I say to you, he that believes on me has everlasting life. I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which comes down from heaven, that a man may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of this world. The Jews therefore fought among themselves, saying, How can this man give us his flesh to eat? Then Jesus said to them, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoso eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is food indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eats my flesh and drinks my blood lives in me, and I in him. As the living Father has sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eats of me, even he shall live because of me. This is that bread that came down from heaven. Not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead. He that eats of this bread shall live forever. These things he said in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum. Many therefore of his disciples, when they heard that, said, this is a difficult saying. Who then can understand it? When Jesus knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said, does this offend you? What and if you shall see the Son of Man rise up where he was before? It is the Spirit that gives life. The flesh profits nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. But there are some of you who do not believe. For Jesus knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who should betray him. And he said, therefore I said unto you, that no man can come to me except it were given unto him of my Father. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. And he said unto them, will you also go away? Then Simon Peter answered, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life, and we believe and are sure that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus answered them, have I not chosen you 12? And one of you is a devil. And he spoke of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for he it was that should betray him, being one of them.